AEW All In. The pre-sale began on Tuesday, and Tony Khan's latest update is that they have sold over 43,000 tickets for the August 27th event at Wembley Stadium, with a gate already of $5.7 million US. To put that number into perspective, that is a larger number than WCW ever drew. Their largest event was 41,412 for the July 1998 edition of Nitro that featured Bill Goldberg winning the WCW title from Hulk Hogan. And their biggest gate was just over $930,000 for the event that brought way back into professional wrestling, the Finger Poke of Doom, on January 4th of 1999. These are extraordinary numbers for AEW, and this is before the public on sale this Friday. And I have to say that of all the promotional plugs that AEW works into their show, I don't think they've ever been as effective as tonight when pushing this event. Like, you tuned in tonight, they were constantly plugging the success of the pre-sale, the public on sale, and making this feel like what it is, the biggest show in the company's history.
Yeah, absolutely. I was almost maybe even a little surprised they didn't even make a bigger deal out of it, because I think that's exactly what WWE would have done. They would have had, big maybe cameras outside of ticket offices. I guess you can't really have that here, but they would have, maybe had.
There wouldn't be lineups for this. This is all.
You would have people in front of the computers. I think they would have had cameras across.
Someone with 8 laptops set up.
Yeah, exactly. People on their cell phones. But yeah, it's something you definitely want to promote. This sort of positive buzz is something that I think AEW has been after, really probably throughout its entire existence, but especially over the past year. That positive sort of like good news, hey, like we're on fire type of like buzz is something that I think they've been sorely lacking. This is definitely credible buzz that they've earned for themselves.
Has this adjusted your expectations? Like, what are you expecting Friday to bring when it comes to the public on sale?
It's such a unique kind of question, because I think AEW is a very unique product in that it very much caters to the hardcore fan, and it tells you like, hey, 43,000 people had pre-sale codes. They went through the trouble of finding out about this pre-sale, registering for a pre-sale code, and then purchasing tickets. So it's kind of like, for me, like it'll be a great indicator of like how much of the AEW audience is outside the bubble. I'm willing to bet it's quite a bit. If 43,000 are here, I think there's a good deal of buzz just coming off of this result right now. Does it adjust my predictions? I think so. Like, what do you think it tops out at right now if you had to make a prediction at this point?
I would think you have to be looking at this being an event that is going to hit like conservatively over 70, I would say.
Well, what's capacity then? Or you're talking about a sellout?
I think with the construction that they did on the stadium, I think they can go to 91 would be sort of your upper bound limit.
Okay. All right. So a ways away from a sellout, but I mean, shit, like 70,000, that's virtually, at least like for a second professional wrestling company in the world.
This is a gigantic number to do. Huge. For the pre-sale. Like, this is the equivalent. I would say WrestleMania, like only your biggest events are going to do this off of a pre-sale. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is not even like Friday. Very curious to see how many more they move on Friday. And then conversely, how the tickets, like typically we see for AEW shows, huge demand at the beginning, and then does this build as matches are rolled out and you get to a week or two out from the event, like how many they continue to add. But this is already a gigantic success for the company, and I'm glad they made such a big deal of it on the show on Wednesday.